Rumba Rapids has closed at Thorpe Park for winter maintenance. Hello and welcome to Theme Park Today. So it's the 9th of September, and as stated on the Thorpe Park website, from the 9th of September, Rumba Rapids is closed for winter maintenance, which means it won't open again this year, which is a little bit shocking really, because this ride did not open until May. Maybe it was even later than May. But it's only been open for 3 or 4 months of the season. So basically, it's a summer attraction now. I remember when this used to be open all year round, every single day. Used to go on it in March. I remember going on it in November one time. Of course, we know one of the reasons why they don't want to open it now so much is because of staff cost. They now have to have staff dotted around the place for safety reasons to make sure you're sitting down. And so it costs a lot of staff on that ride, a lot of money on that ride. And that's one of the reasons why they won't open it all year round now. So, you know, it comes down to money at the end of the day. But you don't get that wet on it. You haven't got that wet on it for ages. So it's not really the best rapids. There's no effects around there. There's a waterfall where you think you're going to go under it, but you don't actually. You just go by it. You might get a little splash from it, but yeah, other than that, there's not really much movement. I mean, if you get wet on Rumba Rapids, you've been very unlucky. It's not guaranteed you're going to come off dry by any means, but you're highly likely to come off it dry. The rock area here is probably the most tamest part. As you can see, even that's a bit lame. Yeah, I reckon this might be one of the most tamest, biggest parts of it, where you might get a bit of a splash, but as you can see, look, they're pretty poor waves really. They're not coming over at all. They're splashing more into the rocks than the boats. So yeah, pretty poor. Does this mean that it's the end of Rumba Rapids? Because I think that this does, and I think, as I said in a vlog recently, that Rumba Rapids, I think that is the next development area for Thorpe Park. That is where they need to focus on next. I think that Rumba Rapids has come to the end of its life. Yeah, we didn't get wet. It's a very, very tame rapids. I wouldn't be surprised if that is the next development area, next place where they put the next coaster in a few years' time. But yeah, very tame rapids. It is a bit boring now. A bit of facts on Rumba Rapids. It opened in 1987 as the Thunder River. It's currently the second oldest ride still in service at Thorpe Park. In 2002 it was refurbished, and along with other improvements, its name changed to Ribena Rumba Rapids because of the sponsor Ribena. That makes sense. In 2006 the partnership came to an end, and then it was just Rumba Rapids, and it's been that ever since. Interesting fact though, in the 2002 refurbishment, it was a bad refurbishment because that is when it made the ride slower. So they refurbished it to make the ride slower. Made that make sense? It doesn't. What should go there? Would you like to see a 7th coaster at Thorpe Park? What kind of coaster do you want to see? I mean, Thorpe Park have set the bar really high with Hyperia. I don't think that they can get another coaster to beat Hyperia. But stuff that could go there could be, if they wanted to keep the water theme, they could have a water coaster there. Would you like to see a water coaster? Maybe they make rides like the one in Europa Park. I mean, that could be an amazing thing to see. Or a different kind of coaster, nothing to do with water. I mean, I know that in this country, water rides, when it's a hot day and stuff, you want the water rides. But we don't get many really hot days to go, yes, I want to go on a water ride. And of course, if they built a water coaster, would that then make it not a very busy or popular ride? That is a question. Because if you made it too wet, people wouldn't go on it in cold weather. They wouldn't go on it in March. They probably wouldn't go on it in October. Including me. If it was too wet, then it would probably be avoided in colder weather. Yes, a water coaster would be lovely, especially on hot days. But is that the right idea? I don't know. Or whether to go down the traditional, normal coaster route. The soundtrack will be missed though. Love the soundtrack to Rumba Rapids. Now you see, it's quite a big area, so they could get a nice coaster in there. Because there's only really 2 places where a new coaster could go at Thorpe Park, and that is, as we're talking, where Rumba Rapids is. Or you could also take out Ghost Train and The Walking Dead, because then that would make it a massive area there to put a new coaster there. Because let's face it, Ghost Train and The Walking Dead, they're two pretty poor rides at Thorpe Park. Of course, The Walking Dead used to be X, or X No Way Out as it was originally, and that was a million times better as X. They should have kept it as X. It's just boring as Walking Dead. The queue takes longer and stuff, and it's just not worth going on anymore. I mean, I haven't been on it for ages, probably years. I haven't been on The Walking Dead now, so yeah, it's just so boring. And the Ghost Train also gets boring after a while, and the partnership with Dan Brown, which is why it was put in, has come to an end. So it's just pointless having those two attractions, really. And yeah, would you like to see both of those attractions moved and a coaster put in there? Because that could also be an idea. I don't think anybody would miss those two attractions, really. I think taking out those two attractions, putting in one massive coaster and stuff, much better idea. Other than that, Thorpe Park really don't have much space left there. We don't really want to be waiting another 12 years for a new coaster, do we? Because that's how long we waited for a new coaster in Hyperia, Thorpe Park. Could you imagine developing more for those areas? That'd be lovely, actually, and making it 8 coasters at Thorpe Park. 8 coasters? Could you imagine 8 coasters at Thorpe Park? That would really soak up the queues and stuff. That would be lovely. It may happen one day. I mean, a water coaster could be what they do, but I don't think that Merlin really like putting water rides in, really, do they? They like taking them out. They don't really like putting them in. I mean, Thorpe Park brand themselves as the UK's wettest theme park. I'm not really sure where they get that idea from. I guess it's Tidal Wave that props up that, because you only actually have 4. You have Tidal Wave, Storm Surge, Death Charge and Rumba Rapids. So I guess that it pretty is wet. I don't think that you would lose that title by taking out Rumba Rapids and not replacing it with a water ride, because Tidal Wave is pretty wet. Storm Surge is a ride if you want to get wet feet. But yeah, what sort of ride would you like to see next at Thorpe Park? A water coaster, a different kind of coaster? Be interesting to see. But yeah, Rumba Rapids it's just not wet anymore, is it? And there's just no point having it if you're just going to open it for the summer, is it? It's just a wasted space. If you're just going to open it for the summer months, it's just completely and utterly wasted. Don't really see the point of it. So yeah, do let me know what you want to see. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you smash a like on the video. Rumba Rapids, I think it's coming to the end of his life. And we're greedy. Hyperion might have just opened, but we want another new coaster at Thorpe Park. I mean, it'll still be a few years. It'll still be a few years away, because they've got to do planning permission and taking it out and stuff. So it'll still be like 4 years away for a new coaster. So yeah, maybe make next season last season of Rumba Rapids? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Do subscribe and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.